Hello divas, dudes, and dolls, I'm Kira Couture, and welcome back to my frilly, frazzled, and fantastic little review show, Very Slay, where we go over each and every one of the main stage runway looks on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. And by golly, this is going to be another fast one because we only have 4 fantastical looks to go over today. Our category on this runway was Fandango, so all of their looks are inspired by fans or include fans in some capacity throughout the piece. Anybody who's new to the channel, who doesn't know the format here, if I think a look just gets the job done but it doesn't blow me away, we give it an okay. If the look is so good it makes me a stan, then we give it a slay. And if I think it's a little flimsy or not my particular fave, we give it a nay. And it's all in efforts to find my weekly slay of the day, which will go into a post-crowning ranking video to determine this year's slay of the season, my favorite look across every single episode, which I'll be doing a full illustration of. So get excited for all of that. Also, just to update you all on the art for things, I am still working on this final Dragula play-along look. It is taking me forever, because I decided to make this look just covered in flowers. And I'm outlining all of them individually, which takes forever. So I've probably spent 6 to 7 hours just outlining, and all I've gotten done is about this much of a piece that's this big. So it's gonna take a while, but I promise it's worth the wait. It is gorgeous so far, and I can only imagine it's gonna look even more beautiful when I get the colors in there. I promise the other 3 Slay of the Season videos, they are coming, they're in the works. I'm just making graphics for all of them, which takes quite a bit. But I'm very excited to explain to you the format for how that's all going to work when we get there. I just want to get this Dragula piece done before I really go gung-ho to get that knocked out. Don't want to bury myself in even more work, you know. So with that all out of the way, let's switch over to the other scene and start going over these looks. First up on the runway, we have Q in this lovely little orange number. I actually really like this color on her. I think it's really cute. And this is a very different silhouette than we've seen of things for her. So I'm very here for it. I love the detailing in the corset. I love the shape and the flare on the fans as well. The thing I'm not a big fan of with this look is the hair. I think that the little fan, like the tiered situation on the sides and then it's on the back too, is cute. I actually really like that part. And I wish the whole thing would have been more of that throughout the hair. The sculpted part with it, I think it's a great silhouette, but I don't like it as much as I like the other aspects of the hair. I don't really like the hair at all from the back, aside from the little fan bit. It's kind of a weird cut, but other than that, I think it is still a very strong look. I think it's a great showing from her, and I enjoyed it either way. I'm going to give it a slay. Next up, we have Saphira Crystal giving us this Roberto Capucci moment, which I caught immediately. I love Roberto Capucci's work. It's so cool. If you're not familiar with his work, he's like really big with innovation and like engineering with fashion. He makes some really cool shit. So like definitely go take a look at his body of work. When I first watched the runway package for everybody, I watched it with no audio, no captions, just to see what the looks were. And at first I was kind of like underwhelmed with the base dress of this, but when she dropped the fans, I was like, oh, Roberto Capucci. I love this hair. The hair's my favorite part of this whole thing because it's the fan structure as a wig and as a giant braid. It's so cool. It's really well engineered, and once again, it's another thing where it's like, how did you pack this and travel with this safely without it falling apart and breaking? Like, it's just black excellence, top to bottom. That's what she is, and we love to see it here. So absolutely, I will be giving her yet another slay. Next up, we have Nymphia Wind, who's giving us this Asian Marie Antoinette moment. Now, I love Rococo style fashion. It is one of my favorite eras in fashion and in costume history in general. Just the elements of over the top, the sleeves, the peignets, all of it. Oh, it's so, so good. But I just think this look is cool. The detailing in it is immaculate and fantastic as always. Also with this look, can we take a second to talk about the fan nails? Like, what a tiny, tiny little detail that's just done so good. The fan detailing like on the peignets as well. I see you, Miss Nymphia. I see you once again with these really smart styling and design choices. Across the board, incredible. But what can I say? It's Nymphia. It's going to be. So shouldn't be surprised that I'm giving her a slay. And finally, we have Plain Jane. Now I have to say, This is my favorite look she's ever worn. This is so good. I love the Isis wings that are in that kind of fan pleated tiered structure. I will say I think hers is the least immediately readable for this fan theme. Outside of her having that kind of very traditional kind of Grecian fan style, I think the rest of the look is just a very gorgeous dress. And I just think it's embellished and stoned really well. The bodice is incredible. It's my favorite part of this entire look. It's very well done. Very expensive. She just looks like money. So I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really strong, just really fantastically done. So I'm gonna give this a slay as well. And just like that, we are all done with the runway and in time for a very long episode next week because every single queen is coming back for a lip sync Lollapalooza to determine a grand prize winner of $50,000. So we are going to be seeing a whole bunch of drag next week to go over, and I cannot wait to talk about some performance looks. So now that we've done everything else, let's get into this week's slay of the day. So for me, this was a very easy to determine decision for this week's winner of this category. I had one look that was just far and away better than the others. And for me, that is once again, for like the 6th time this season, 5th or 6th at this point, I don't even know. There's been so many looks this season, so many episodes. My favorite look of the week, my slay of the day, is going to go to Nympia Wind. So I loved everything about this. I love a little East meets West moment in terms of fashion. I loved the very Western silhouette, but with the Eastern styling notes, and just, it's so good. So good. Before long, we are going to be making this randomized tournament bracket to determine who will be our first slay of the season for US Drag Race. So I can't wait to see what we're getting over these next 2 episodes. We're gonna be crowning a new winner in 2 weeks, which means Sasha Colby step down look, and I can't wait. So thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, and I would love to hit partner status by the end of June. So if you want to help a girl out, one easy way is just to go back and watch other videos, watch all my other episodes of Very Slay, go catch up on the international seasons. So once again, as always, thank you for the continued support. Before you go out there into that big old world of ours, be sure to stay kind, stay queer, and make sure that your day is very slay.